It is time to hand over proceedings to the violinist Charlie Siem now. The rising star, whose new album, called Under the Stars, is just about to come out on the Sony Classical label. He plays live for us now with the pianist Caroline Jaya-Ratnam. It's music by Fritz Kreisler. Thank you very much indeed. Live music on In Tune. Charlie Siem, the violinist, Caroline Jaya-Ratnam at the piano, and La Gitana by Kreisler. And Charlie, I must ask you first, in and among the new album, the working for the Prince's Trust, all the other stuff, are you the youngest music professor in the UK? I read that somewhere.
I read that. I don't know if it's true or not.
Is it?
I read that. But I'm a visiting professor. I'm not a full-time professor. So
I think we're going to say it is true.
Perhaps that doesn't count.
No, we're going to make it official. This is at Leeds Music College.
Yeah.
A prodigious talent. You started playing the violin at 3 because you heard Yehudi.
I started trying to play at 3. I wasn't playing very well.
What happened when you were 3?
Well, my mum used to play tapes of Yehudi Menuhin in the car, all kinds of violin concertos, and that's what inspired me. Listening to him, his unique sound and his musicality, and
did she do it as my mum did, to keep the kids quiet in the back of the car?
I think
she
she
realised
was like,
it was a way
a lot of mums think that maybe it's good for the brains of children to listen to classical music, so she just put it on and hoped that would be a good education.
Well done, Mum. It worked.
Yeah, no, it did work, yeah.
The new album is full of, I mean, it's proper old school.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's golden age miniatures. 100 years ago, all of the legends of the violin sort of made these pieces famous. And, it's sort of a tribute, in a way, to them, because I think all violinists who grow up with this wonderful tradition, you're part of a lineage, in a way, when you play the violin and this sort of repertoire. You know, you want to tip your hat to this tradition every now and again, and this is what this album is.
But it's a big old thing in a way to say, I love people like Menuhin or Heifetz or some of the amazing players, so I'm going to record some of the stuff they recorded. Did you have any trepidation about it?
I think one shouldn't be sort of limited by fear and anxiety in that sort of way, or else you'll always just stay away from all the things you love. Because it's usually the things you love that you care about the most and you revere the most. So I always think, just go for it and don't think how it's going to be perceived or anything. Do the things you believe in, the things you love.
What's the next piece of music that you believe in and love and are going to play for us?
Right, well, I think we're going to do a Brahms Hungarian dance now.
Arranged by one of the
Joachim,
greats.
One of these late 19th century geniuses of the violin, Joseph Joachim, who was a great friend of Brahms and who transcribed all of the Hungarian dances for violin and piano. So this is the fourth.
Thank you very much indeed. Live music on In Tune at the piano, Caroline Jaya-Ratnam. The violinist is Charlie Siem. Thank you very much indeed. Brahms' Hungarian Dance No. 4, arranged by Joseph Joachim and played live in the studio by Charlie Siem and Caroline Jaya-Ratnam. Charlie, the new album is your first for Sony Classics.
Yeah.
What else is planned in the future? Are there tours? Have you already got the second album lined up, or is it just concentrating on all this for now?
Well, I've got a couple of concerts in Germany in the new year, playing this repertoire in Munich and Hamburg, with the Munich Radio Orchestra who I recorded it with, and the Hamburg Symphony. Sort of putting together a programme alongside some other pieces that are not on the CD to sort of kind of encapsulate this golden era, as it were, in a live performance. So that's going to be really exciting. And
is it exciting or is it nerve-wracking? Are you more a kind of studio animal or somebody who likes to be in the concert hall?
I think both are sort of stimulating and exciting in different ways. You know, of course, in the studio you can get into those details, and you can really sort of work at your interpretation and get right into the music as deep as you can, I suppose. And in a live situation, it's something completely different, because then you have to just communicate directly in that moment, and be completely on fire. So they're two totally different animals that I think you need to have both, actually. You need both of those in your life.
You've chosen one more track from the album that you'd like to play. What's it going to be? Well,
the title track, or the title of the album is Under the Stars, and the title track is Underneath the Stars, which I found on YouTube. I was listening to these old, amazing recordings there's a wealth of stuff on YouTube. Fritz Kreisler playing this charming little piece for violin and orchestra, and we couldn't find the sheet music or any sort of record of it, so we had to make an arrangement from this YouTube recording for violin and orchestra. So
I love that sense of history coming full circle. You get this sort of performance that happened decades ago that suddenly gets put on the internet and then gets transcribed back into analogue. I like that.
I know, it's amazing, actually. You're right. And I've never heard it played otherwise, so it's fun to have something a little bit new in terms of these miniatures, because of course we've got Claire de Lune, Apres and Rev, all these standard pieces, but this one is a little bit more off the beaten track, and Caroline has made an arrangement for piano, so we're going to try that for the first time now.
Beautiful. We always like an exclusive here on
This is
In
an
Tune.
exclusive.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Charlie Siem, Caroline Jaya-Ratnam, playing live on In Tune. This is Underneath the Stars. Lovely, thank you very much indeed. Caroline Jaya-Ratnam's arrangement for piano and violin of Underneath the Stars, and Charlie Siem's new album called Under the Stars is released on Sony Classical on the 22nd of September. Thanks very much indeed to both of you. Great to see you. Thank you.